So I started with a separate Evan, or Dave? I'll just call him Evan for now. I attached his arms to his body to make the pose he'll be staying in for the rest of the thumbnail. I don't really know if it was the best of choices, but it will do. The blue around him was just me tidying up the little white pixels that love to stay even when I remove the background. I created a new layer, selected Evan's hair, and filled it in until the outline surrounding it was really thin. I accidentally selected the hairband, so I had to erase some of the black. I made lines for the outline of Evan's hair that was actually on his locks longer with the hard brush with 50 to 60% opacity. Then I started drawing curved lines over every individual piece of hair to make it so that he actually has strands than just a flat color. Is this making any sense? I hope it is, because I'm not really good at explaining, and this is my first time revealing my voice for anyone on social media, so I do apologize if it's confusing. Also, I did order a mic, but the mic isn't as good as the quality that I wanted it to be, but we're gonna have to just deal with it and go with the flow. Select each piece of hair and shade it in with the hard brush on 40 to at least 50% opacity from top to bottom. I learned this from someone else that's a really good gadget editor, but I kind of switched it up in my own way. Like, if you don't know how to do it, search how to, am I right? No, no, I'm sorry, this is getting weird. Anyways, I blurred it in to give it that look, like a light was hitting it from a different angle. Then, if you want, add some more lines out of the outline to give it that natural messy look. Don't mind what I'm doing. I thought putting the eyes on him first would be a good idea, but it was like 3 in the morning, so yeah. I created another layer, starting off by drawing little ovals and circles on the edge of Evan's eyes in a bright color I could see clearly, which was pink, and I drew long lines going down Evan's face towards his neck, then made little circles that dripped from those lines, if that makes sense. Once I did that, I clicked the select opacity button and I just started to lightly and carefully brush the ends of the selected area, giving it that tear look, you know? I added little sparks and brightened the tears to give it that nice glowy look. I started to shade, but it wasn't good enough, so I started again. I also added a new layer again and started by filling in the different strips of Evan's shirt, just like I did with the hair. I made sure to fill it in until the outline becomes thin. I then started to make highlights to add a touch of realism to Evan's clothes, mainly blue and cream. Then I started to make shadows with the triangle shape with the hard brush, of course, the color black and see-through. And I also made thin, long lines as well. I added more triangles, thick and thin, and then some tiny long lines to represent creases on his clothing. And then I decided to give his neck some color, just to, but you don't have to do that. That's if you actually want to try and do what I'm doing here. New layer, and I did the same thing that I did with the tears to make the blood dripping from his forehead, and I decided that I would give the thumbnail some horror, honestly, I don't even think that this will get much likes and comments, but hey, everyone who commented on my videos are so kind, I was smiling all day. I can't really take credit for the mouth as I was too lazy to draw one, but thank you to the one who made it. I added some blood to Evan's hand on a new layer to help recreate that scene where he got bit by Fredbear. I then made eyebrows with an eyebrow brush I'll link all the brushes I used in the description. Whoa, that made me feel like I've been doing this for a while. Let me slow down. And then I just made the background using images and given it some tiny extra details. Then once I did that, I wrote the text and edited it, given the result of the thumbnail. I hope you enjoyed this clip of how I made the Aftons face their fierce thumbnail, and I hope this made sense, and I hope you understood how I did it even if you didn't want to know. Thank you, and have a blessed day.